Hi everybody, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft, and I'm back with a sort of quick tutorial today on just a couple of ways that you can get more out of your dies. So I've started with a card base here which is 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. Now I've got a background die here and I've used some Stick It double-sided adhesive to cut it before I cut the die out of white card, and that just so I don't have to fiddle about gluing it onto my cardstock. So here I'm just peeling the backing off the Stick It adhesive. It gets a little bit tangled because it's quite an intricate die this, but obviously you can use any sort of background die you've got, just sort of anything. It doesn't really matter what type of background die it is, just something with patterns really. So I'm peeling the backing off that, and of course I've cut mine from white cardstock. You could use maybe some metallic, like a sort of gold or silver or any kind of colour you want really. So I've got all that off, and then I've just chose a sort of deep pink card that I'm going to stick that background die onto. Again, you can use any colours you like. And it's just so easy to use the double-sided adhesive. At least I know I'm not going to get glue all over the place. So I'm just making sure that's all stuck down. Now I'm just going to quickly cut that off a little bit so I can fit it through my die cutting machine. And what I've got now is some large alphabet die set, and I'm going to be cutting out the word happy. Again, you can cut out whatever you want really, and it basically just creates a really fancy sort of effect, like, so it's not just a plain alphabet, it's a really fancy sort of alphabet. So obviously I'm having to cut the P out because happy has 2 P's, so that's why I've had to run that through again. So I've got them all cut out and they look beautiful, but as I said, experiment with different colours, or if you have a different kind of background die. I think it would look lovely in silver or gold mirror card. So I've got my card base here, and all I'm doing is just positioning it in my little stamping platform because I want to stamp birthday, and I want to make sure I get it fairly in the right place. So I'm just kind of laying them on to give me an idea where I need to stamp the birthday. And I'm just using that Doodlebug stamp set. I use that so much. And I'm just popping it there, and then I'm just going to knock the little letters away, and then I'm just going to stamp that with some black VersaFine ink. Okay, so that's that done. Now all I do is I just take some a roll of foam tape that I have, and that's what I use to stick the letters down. So here I'm just putting some glue on, and I'm just putting that white card piece of card onto the same pink that I cut the letters from, and then I just glue it onto my 4 1/8 by 5 7/8 card base, because you can get 2 of them from an A4 piece of card. So I've just glued that on, and I get my foam tape and just pop it on the back of the letters just to lift it up. It just looks better when it's elevated on foam tape. But yeah, this is a gorgeous way to get some beautiful sort of die cut alphabets, letters, or whatever. You could do it on a sort of word die as well. Just cut your whole word die out, And as I said, try that in different colours, different dyes. It gives a beautiful effect, it really does. And I'm just making sure I'm going to get them at the same sort of height, just using my ruler there as a little guide and just sticking them all on the front of the card. But so simple, but it looks so nice. And there we go, absolutely beautiful. And then I just decided to put a few little sort of enamel, sparkly enamel dots on. But that's basically it. So yeah, definitely give that one a try. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. Now again, I've got a background die. I'd cut it from black card but put double-sided adhesive on it first, and then I just stuck it onto a white piece of card. So I've got some square dies here, and I've just cut 3 square dies from black card, all the same size, and all I'm going to do is glue them on to this background die here. Just glue all 3 of them on. Now you could use circles, you know, any kind of shape you want, but this gives it's really effective, but I think it also makes it stretches the die more than just using it as, you know, one solid sort of background die. So I'm just deciding the best place to glue them here, and all we're going to do anyway is when they're glued, we're just going to cut round them with some scissors. But again, you could use any background die you've got. So I'm going to take my scissors now and I'm just going to cut them all out. Okay, so that's all of them cut. And it sort of creates your own mini little sort of panel die. That's really what it creates. Now I've cut the die again, this time from white cardstock. Again, I use the double-sided adhesive on the back just to make it so quick and easy to stick onto my card. This is an A2 card. So again, peeling the backing off. Just a really less fuss, less mess way of doing it, honestly. And then I'm just making sure that's all nice and stuck down onto the front of my A2 card. Now it's really easy. All I'm going to do is take 2 of the squares that we've made and I am going to glue them flat onto the front of the card. And then I've got some black foam squares to use to stick the last one over the top. So this is so easy, but you could create so many different looks by using a different background die or different colours, different cardstock. Again, use mirror card, things like that. So as I said, the last one's going up on foam pads. It just sort of elevates it, and then it gives the illusion that you've used like a full sort of panel of the die, because the last square we stick over the top hides how the two little squares underneath it. So it's just an extra way you can get different looks out of just, you know, a regular sort of background die. So I hope you've enjoyed these couple of little ideas. I'll be back again on Sunday with some more. But yeah, try them out. I think they are really simple but really effective. So thanks for watching, take care and bye for now.